What's going on, everybody? So, since y'all seem to like my relationship stories so much, I figured I would share another one. As you can tell by the title, that this is a story about the time that I dated this jock. Yeah, he was a jock. So I classify jock as like muscular, like athletic, that kind of type. So I was in New York City probably sometime last year visiting my brother who lives there. As I said in my other video, I downloaded Grindr. I always do when I travel. And I found this really super sexy torso of a guy. And so I started messaging him and like sending him some pictures of myself. We chatted for a little bit and we seemed to have a lot in common, outdoorsy stuff and stuff like that. So we were like, let's get dinner. So he told me a place to meet him and I met him there, and super tall, like 6'4", probably 6'5", maybe even. It's a really tall guy. And he was in like a bro tank and like a flat bill hat and super short shorts, and I swear though his biceps were probably like bigger than my legs. Huge biceps, which is super hot. He walked up and like went in for like a bro, like, you know, like the whole like, oh hey dude, how are you? And I was like, oh, cool. So then we went to the restaurant, and I found out that the reason that he wanted to go to this restaurant was because there was a football game on that he really wanted to watch. And I was like, oh, we're here to watch the game? Or like, and he was like, ah, do you care? And I was like, oh no, I mean, I'm cool. I guess if you're super into that, then if this was just happened to like coincide with the times. Anyway, I sat down, like he sat to where he could see it the whole time, and I kind of sat on the other side of him, and it was like casual conversation, but more so of him watching and commenting on the game, which was kind of annoying. So other than the whole football game, the waiter came up and asked us what we wanted to eat, and he was like, oh, don't worry about it, and took the menu from me and was like, I'll order for you. He was like, and I said, oh, okay, all right. I'm not a picky eater or anything like that. It's just like I've never really had somebody do that, and it's kind of a cool experience. I ended up loving what he ordered, but it could have been really bad, so I don't know if I would suggest doing that. So then we were ready for dessert, and he like reached around the table and grabbed my chair and pulled my chair around and like slid and made a lot of noise, and then pulled in my chair next to him, and then so he could put his arm around me. There was like a group of girls sitting at the table next to us, and they were all like, oh, it's so sweet. And I was like, this is really weird. I mean, PDA doesn't really bother me, but like our first day is kind of weird. And then we split the check, which is totally fine with me. I prefer it that way. And then went out and walked around New York for a little bit, and he knew this really cool place that he wanted to show me that was a view of the city, like a panoramic view of the city. And so we went over there and stood over there, and like, I'm not gonna lie, kissing a super tall guy is so much fun. I don't know why, just like, like, take me. And then he's just such a big guy. So that was fun. Our hat, I was wearing a flat bill hat too, and we like bumped hats a lot, so I remember that. So after we had finished our makeout sesh, my brother had texted me and said, you know, where are you? I thought we were hanging out tonight. So I was like, oh, okay, I gotta go. Told him, and he was like, oh, well, that's kind of a bummer. I wanted you to come back to my place. And I was like, well, I kind of wanted to go back to your place, but I gotta go hang with my brother. That's why I'm here. So I went and hung with my brother for the rest of the night, and then he had texted me a couple of sweet things. He was, you know, really nice guy, and then he got mad at me. It was like, why are you not texting me back fast enough, and like don't tell anybody or post any pictures of us tonight or anything like that. And I was like, all right, I'm getting a lot of like crazy red flags here. So I told him, like, you don't have anything to worry about. I'm not gonna out you if you're not out of the closet, because I don't think he was. And I was like, I'm hanging out with my brother, I'll talk to you about hanging out tomorrow. And he was like, did you tell your brother? And I was like, and I told him I went on a date, and he was like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe you did that. And so I was like, all right, well, this isn't really what I'm looking for. I mean, I understand some people are in the closet, but I'm not. Like, I don't really want to keep everything secret like that. So I kind of made that clear, and then he got upset at me again, and just, I don't know, conflicting. But anyway, long story short, it did end up working out, but it was a fun date, and he was super sexy. If you guys like these stories of my dating history, be sure you leave a thumbs up. I should be posting another new video later this week. We're working on a charity that we're trying to get running, so should be a video about that. If you guys don't already, be sure you check out my social media. It's all linked down below, and I'll see you guys soon. Never stop learning. Maybe if I can get it to work. Yeah. So I'll probably just do that, and then I've got Arbor. Her leash is like in my pocket, kind of. And then it's like an extendable leash, so